All right, welcome to Wadio Radio. We are here with Jeremy York of Things Paranormal, featuring Kat and Martha from Trinity Paranormal. All right, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
How are you, Ed?
Jeremy's from Indiana. We were talking before. All right, so you want to just introduce yourselves and let people know what you guys are about?
Okay, let me start.
You have to talk
All right,
into the microphone.
I am. It's not working.
No, it's still working.
Hello.
It's not.
Oh, it.
Yeah. So people are going to go, look, it hasn't happened. No.
I'm so weird. Okay, I'm Kat from Trinity Paranormal Investigations of Long Island. I am the lead investigator and founder. And this is the network. This is Jeremy. This is the network that we're in, worldwide. So.
Worldwide.
You know who I am. Everybody.
I know who you are. They don't. They don't. On the iPad.
Yes, we.
Facebook world doesn't.
We are primarily a residential team, but we do go to some special places, like Hinsdale House, Waverly Hills, the Conjuring House, Fort William Henry, where you just were. Chris was there. Wildwood. You were at Wildwood. You were at Wildwood. Yeah. So we do other things, but we're primarily a residential team. So
Cool.
I will throw it over to this guy.
Yeah, my name is Jeremy York. The name of my team is the Hoosiers Investigating New Ghost Society, which is Things for short. And we also primarily do residences as well. And we do like to go to special places like Waverly Hills. And I was just at Wildwood Sanitarium the last 2 nights. And one of my guys was also at Bobby Mackey's last night, Bobby Mackey's Music World. And another one of my guys... all last week was all over Gettysburg, investigating the place.
I watch Aerial America a lot,
Mhm.
and I always said that'd be a good place for an investigation. That's cool.
Yeah, I personally haven't been to Gettysburg, but I've had so many people tell me, dude, you need to go. I'm planning on it, but my schedule is so full. And also I've created the Things Network, which right now has 31 teams in it worldwide. And the purpose of that is to be able to get teams out to clients around the world that need help that are too far away from where I'm at. So I enlist teams like Trinity here. If there's any team that gets a hold of me from Long Island, I know exactly who to send them to.
Cool.
And I've also just recently created something called the Global Paranormal Society, which is more of a round table type thing with different groups. Yep. Kat and Chris are actually going to be a part of that. And it's going to literally be a new way of thinking, new way of investigating, new way of working for the paranormal field, in which we're hoping that it's going to push the field to a whole new level.
Cool.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Me, I'm Martha. I'm just little old Martha.
I'm Martha from where?
From Trinity Paranormal
And?
and Point Break Sports Bar.
Woo!
Well, let me just, because she doesn't describe herself to give herself enough credit, but Martha is, we're primarily a Christian team. That's what we are. And we've been on cases where, first of all, she's bilingual. And we've gotten captures where I'm like, well, this really sounds like a response, but I don't understand it. And she picks up on that. And the other thing is, we had a case on case 9 that was there was a big problem there. They were pretty frightened, and the background of this family is they were practicing Santeria, but it was more of the family was more on the dark side of it. And Martha has a lot of experience with that. She dealt with that a lot, and some of the stuff we asked the woman to remove from the house, I caught something on the wall that she left there because she had told us she removed everything. And it was actually Martha, when we were sitting there, that noticed the glass on the floor. And I would not have known what that was.
Yeah.
But she can tell you what that was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She
Remember she kept saying she removed
just kept saying she removed everything from the home. And when I see the upside down water, to us is calling spirits.
Yeah.
It's supposed to avoid the spirits and harm you. It more attracts the spirits.
Yes.
So
And she caught it. She caught it. She
I
was
told her
like,
remove that.
yeah. So she does things. Yeah, she's quiet about it, but she's got her role. You know.
I'm just very shy.
She got her role
And that worked out. That actually helped us with the case.
and
so.
makes a killer paranormal. I mean, empanada.
Empanadas, yeah.
I'm just sharing this to you.
So we're primarily here to tell you who Jeremy is because he drove 6.5 hours from where he was just to come see us.
12 hours last year.
Well, you drove 12 hours altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have stopped where he was and just went home, but he came here. So
Cool.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
know how that
that's
is
awesome.
because I travel a lot and that's not fun. It's fun, but it's tiring.
Yeah, because things in Trinity are really tight.
Uh-huh.
And I was actually supposed to have been here back in July.
He was here,
Yeah. And it was going to be myself, Tim, Frank, and Ricky, and Scott. We were all going to be coming over here about I think it was the third weekend of July.
yeah.
And 4 of us decided not to come because there was so much going on at the time. So we figured, for safety purposes, it's better to wait until later on to come out here.
The riots had just kind of like kicked in gear. So.
Yeah.
But Tim came.
Yeah, Tim
was
came.
here.
He actually brought his family here.
Tony,
Just
yeah.
turned it into like a family vacation. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, but later on, hopefully before the end of the year, I'll come out. And sure enough, 2
Yeah.
months later, here I am.
Cool deal. Cool. And you have a podcast too, right?
We actually are just starting that. Last week we have launched it with a special edition. It's called the 13th Dimension.
Cool.
The official launch is October the 2nd, Friday night. But we were going to be a part of a Para-Unity convention, and I was actually one of the directors for it, and another director who was actually hosting the event had come to me, asked me if we could do a live special out there.
That's cool.
Where's
Yeah.
that?
It was the Para-Unity convention that we had last week.
Oh, in Indiana.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can they find it?
Well, you'll be able to find it on the 13th Dimension podcast on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
13th Dimension on
Mhm.
Facebook.
Yeah, so we did our first special last week, and we wanted to really make some noise, blow it up. So what we did to open the whole show is instead, you know how sometimes, well, all the time really, people start their podcast, say, hey, we're live, my name is this, and here's our special guest. We wanted to get away from that. So what we did is we gathered, 20 people inside that building and put them all in front of the laptop where we were going to be broadcasting our show from. And it was everybody just cheering, hooting. It was like a wrestling event. So I was on the other side of the camera, and I would start screaming out, "Welcome to Peru, Indiana." People would cheer. "Welcome to the fairgrounds building." They would cheer. "Welcome to Para-Unity." They would cheer. It felt just like Gorilla Monsoon opening up one of the wrestling pay-per-views.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of people message me, "Dude, that was classic."
People need excitement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of excitement, and then we went into business and brought in the team that we were going to be interviewing, which was the Ravens Paranormal out of the Netherlands. So, and that went over really well as well.
That's cool. I have actually these two girls right here from Tang. They go over to Finland and they have a music program over there.
Awesome.
Some kind of music thing over there.
Awesome.
So
So our podcast is actually going to be different from most. If you notice, most of them are asking, what is your favorite location? What is your favorite piece of equipment? What's your bucket list? We want to get away from that. We want to dig into the deep topics of the paranormal that most shows don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So for this particular show, we wanted to talk about the dangers of new investigators not knowing what they're doing.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah, that's a big one.
because they may end up doing more harm than good, huh?
Exactly. more harm not only to
That's me.
themselves.
More harm than good.
Right.
That's a great topic.
That is
that's something-
amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great topic.
I mean,
And-
I've seen a lot of.
And then on October 2nd, has already been announced, Robert Murphy from Elite Paranormal Society out of Maryland is going to be our first official episodic guest.
Cool.
And the topic that we're going to be covering with him is how important it is to actually have a resolution and conclusion of a residential case. Because a lot of times, most investigators like to go into places, do their thing, go over the evidence, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
We want to actually help people and resolve their issues.
So where was your favorite place to investigate?
Of course!
That was the only question I came up with.
hear this all the time.
But it's funny though, because like when I see a place, I always tell Kat, like, there's an island off Manhattan where it's like a graveyard for prisoners and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, you should go there. Ooh, you should go over here. Ooh, you should go over there. And like I said, when I watched Aerial America, I was like, God, that would be a great place. And you're going to go there, you said? To Gettysburg?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Gettysburg.
I'm trying to answer them.
It is such a big and vast place. It would take several days to be able to cover the entire area. At least that's what my team was telling me. But no, actually, when I was driving into town, I was calling and texting Kat, asking her about this location that I would just happen to notice out of the corner of my eye. Like there was one, I think it was right before I got onto Long Island. There was a cemetery that right off the interstate.
Yeah, the big one you see from
Yeah.
the highway.
Yeah.
I think that's in Queens, right? Isn't that the big?
No, before I got onto before I crossed the first bridge.
Yeah. Oh, on the other side.
Yeah.
Because I know there's one on, as you're going over a bridge, you can see like miles and miles of cemetery. And it looks old, like an old Gothic cemetery.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah.
There were actually two of them that I asked her about, but unfortunately,
I'm not sure. Okay. This is the problem. I'm not very good with directions. Okay, and I'm not sure. So he's giving me numbers, and I'm like, well, Chris would know the answer to that. I might have even been there because I'm upstate a lot. And if he's talking about Fells, New York, he's talking about Letchworth, and we have we are doing another documentary on that. We have some stuff up on that.
Mm-hmm.
That place, there are certain buildings that you walk in there that are off the chain. We had equipment pop up off a piece of flat top and fall right on a line. You can see it right onto the floor. I mean, that place, doors slamming. It's all on there. It's on the YouTube page. Like that place is very. I can feel it when I'm there. You know, there's certain buildings that there's something not too friendly there. And Tim went there with us, but he went in the hospital part, which is active. But I'm telling you, there's two other buildings that I was in that we need to go back in and see what the hell that was. because-
hopefully one of these days when I do come back, I'll have a little bit more time where we can be able to go to
like
these
I
places.
said, where it is, it was, I don't know directions, but it was an hour and 6 minutes from where I am. So how far away were you when you said that?
It would depend on which direction.
7 minutes, okay? It depends what direction you're going to.
Google Maps says it's an hour and 6 minutes. That's what I can tell you. We were trying to get Chris, but Chris just cracked his tooth. It was his anniversary, and he just got a new job. So he's working right now. You could probably answer him in seconds.
So he's going through happy times, good times,
Right,
not,
right. It's
not
like,
happy times.
sounds like regular life. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just did Sleepy Hollow. We were
Did
just
you?
Over there, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Martha got a better view than us because she got to stay there longer. But
Yeah. Amazing.
can I tell you the funny story about the yuppie?
Go ahead.
Of a yuppie? I'm sure there's a lot of funny
No, I
stories
could
about
not
yuppies.
Tell by the look of her face.
I could not believe, because I always ask when we're at cemeteries, we try to be very respectful, even to the spirits that, I mean, what was that? That goes way back, you know, these were
Really
soldiers
back.
from way back. And we're trying to be very respectful. And I said, hey, you know, you see tourists around there. It's become, you know, that area. It's become very hipster over there, and you know, which is fine. I've been there. It's beautiful. And I said, hey, how do you feel about all these people coming around exploring by your graves, And we got the capture, yuppie.
Yuppie?
I'm like, did they? And
Goddamn millennium.
And I had the video on, and there's an actual
Yuppie
with a
walking.
one of those expensive cameras taking pictures, and I just went hysterical. I'm like, oh, well, he seems like a nice yuppie, like be nice about. So they do have a sense of humor. I know you've experienced that too. So.
I have.
Yes, they can be fresh too.
Yeah.
They can be very fresh. Yes.
I've watched like Paranormal Activities on TV, and they were at, I guess, Eastern State Penitentiary. And look, this guy was in this room, and something happened. Look, he was running for the door. He was screaming at the top of his lungs. I was like, all right, I don't want to be a paranormal investigator no more.
You can follow up on that one.
How about the one in Hinsdale House when I was sleeping? My hair was being pulled.
Really?
Martha and I.
That was me.
My hair's either being pulled, my shirt's being tugged. They always want my attention.
I have the picture. I
Leave
can
me
show
alone
you
when
of
I'm
her
sleeping.
arms after sleeping.
I'm
Really?
See some
sleeping.
creepy stuff? Oh, I
Ooh,
have
let's
one
see
live
Martha's
now.
arms.
I'll show you when we get off. Martha.
Haha, you don't get to see it.
Big bruises on her arms. You probably can see it.
Bruises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did not leave me alone, and I was trying to sleep. So at one point, they pulled my hair enough that I can feel it. I got up really above me, put my hood on, and turned over and went back to sleep.
That's when you yell at her. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
She was across from me videoing me while I'm sleeping. I'm like,
Well,
why are you
I was-
videoing me
I
while I'm
was-
sleeping?
what was
That's
happening-
weird.
Ooh, cat's freaky like that.
What was happening at that
You wake up
time?
and cat's phone's pointed at you.
I was getting the static. I was getting the static, the static touch at the time, and she was sleeping. So I was trying to sleep, and I was getting the static. That usually means the spirits there. I don't let them touch me. I don't give them permission. Sometimes they do, but I don't give them permission to do that. So I was getting the static of my arms, and I opened my eyes, and I can literally see the light anomalies right in front of me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? My fun days are over, so I don't understand what I'm seeing.
Oh no, the fun days are just beginning.
Yeah, now it's like, whoa, this is like, ooh.
I've seen a lot of your videos that you put in Trinity.
Yeah,
And I also see other people that they'll take a picture and they'll see a flashlight. They'll be like, ooh, what's that?
No, there's
I'm
no
like,
still photos.
it's a rear view mirror
Yes.
and the light shining on it.
If you notice, we don't put
No.
still photos up. We
Mhm.
don't do that. There's too much.
It's a big controversy.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. And
Yeah.
even like she'll take burst shots and then we'll compare them, but I don't really put them up because I don't want
It's because everybody knows
Yeah.
you can Photoshop anything.
You can or you
Exactly.
can be
You know?
accused of it when it isn't. You're like,
Mhm.
we were there. We know we were actually there, and we have absolutely no reason to put anything up that isn't valid. Get
We were
so
there.
much-
Look at Martha's arms.
And look at my arms.
Well,
I
I'm
have
Look at
gonna,
Martha's
I'm gonna
bruises.
show you that. I can't find it right now, but I was getting the static, and I see her like violently, like not scared, but like,
like, leave me
and
alone.
the couch shook. I'm like, what the hell was that? And she takes a hoodie and throws it over her head and goes, "We are not afraid of spirits. We're not.
Yeah, that
we're
doesn't
respectful
bother me.
to them, but we're not afraid of them because, I've been seeing them since I was born. So, they scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. But was I supposed to say that?
You say whatever you want.
Yeah,
Too late.
they
It's
scared-
it's Facebook. You can do and say whatever you want until October 1st.
Yeah, when I was about 7,
And then they're going to shut off all the music. That's so crazy.
Yeah, so about 7, these really scared me. But now it's like, all right, listen. If I'm investigating, you can bother me. When I'm trying to do review and my walls are knocking, please stop that. What am I going to do? Stop in the middle of review and start another,
Right.
put more review on myself? Like, come on, let me finish what I'm doing.
Have a camera on you while you're reviewing.
Yeah, I wanted to do something on that. Like, I literally, and I've heard from the review, the ones who do all the audio, that once you start doing that, I've had my phone just flip right onto the floor on a flat surface. I've had knocks, and that's usually because, now you're listening to their story.
Mhm.
You're actually listening to their story, so that, like, they start coming around. I'm like, well, can you let me finish listening before you...
Go away.
Yeah, so that's what goes on.
Yeah, and a lot of people have asked me if I was afraid of ghosts and spirits and all that. And my answer is I'm more afraid of the living than I am the dead.
Oh, no doubt about it.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
No doubt about it, especially these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
really does.
Yes.
I hate live humans.
Yeah, the dead ones are nicer, actually.
I shared something the other day. I said, "You wouldn't eat human meat. Why would you eat meat?" Funny you should assume I wouldn't eat a human. I might.
This is tough times. Man.
Wade Radio.
Radio.
Yeah, but yeah, he can tell you about. You should tell them about Waverly. Remember that little girl we heard right at the end? We were leaving.
When were we leaving?
Me and Jenny heard it. We were packing up. It was like time to go.
I don't remember that particular
Oh,
instance.
yeah, she could tell you.
Yeah.
We were like walking out. And we were like done. It was 6 a.m.
It was a long, long night.
6 a.m. And we were like packing up. And as we're walking out, I just hear, "Oh," like a little girl. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They're locking the doors on us right now. We were like trying to go back, and they're locking the door. It's like, I don't know if that's a trick,
Right.
that could be a trick. But there was a bunch of us walking, and we were like, what the hell was that? It was a little kid. And on the third floor, Frank and I also heard a little girl. And we left you guys. We went back the other way. I have the video of that.
Well, I forget which floor it was that we were in. It was when you, me, and Ricky were going into.
Sorry.
When you, me, and Ricky were doing that double-blind spirit box
Yes.
sessions.
Oh, it's choking. Oh, my God.
Yeah, because something was actually threatening you.
Yeah, I was saying it. Choking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because we would be asking specific questions, Ricky and I were, and the way that it was working is that she had headphones on, so she could not hear the questions we were asking. She
And I
could
was-
only hear what was coming out of that spirit box. And I think you were blindfolded too.
Yes, I was facing the opposite way
Yeah,
also.
she had her back to us, and we were asking certain questions, and she was saying really concerning words. One was choking, hurt.
Yeah. I'll kill you.
Kill-
I think it was
yeah.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Yeah, so that's when we was like, yeah, we're done.
But I think
We're
something
done
was
with this
happening
session.
to Ricky, wasn't it? Because you guys, I came to realize you guys were yelling at me. I didn't know because I had the headphones.
Yeah,
on.
we were yelling, and we didn't want to come up and tap you on the shoulder
Yeah.
because we were afraid that you would come and hit us. we didn't want to walk out of there with a black eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I'm ever with you guys, and no, don't touch me.
touch
No,
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend touched me during Blair Witch Project,
Oh God.
and big badass Wade screamed like a girl. Everybody was like, "Hey, you want to shut up down there?" I was like, "Shut up! She scared me. She touched me."
Yeah, but yeah, we actually had to scream at her to get her attention because the spirit box. I think you had it so loud so that you couldn't hear
I
us.
didn't hear you.
We're-
I was like, what? What'd I do? I was like, because I was just, taking the captures in, and
Yeah.
then I was kind of getting in that. I could feel the spirits around. I get in that.
Zone?
Yeah, it's like a zone, and so it's probably good that they didn't touch me because I was like,
Yeah. So we just screamed and screamed and screamed until we got her attention.
I don't know, a blindfolded cat. I think I'd have to touch it. Surprise! Surprise!
Hey now, what's going on here?
Uh-oh.
I didn't tell you, but I did the review on Case 9, that one where you found the Santeria, and it was Spanish, but it was like a guy with a Spanish accent, too. He could also speak English, and he was saying, I want to kiss the girls. I want to kiss the girls.
Smart ghost.
Yeah, he's a
They
little
get
perv.
fresh. They get fresh. They can get fresh.
What do they got to lose? What, you can't kill them.
Exactly.
Well, some of them are creepy,
And look, I know it's something. What's it called?
Santeria?
Santa.
Yeah.
I seen it on like Miami Vice one time.
Did you?
No, well, she when we have cases like that, she's on it. Like, she catches little things that, because she knows what it is.
I was raised by my mom. Was very heavy into my family.
Yeah.
Was really heavy into that stuff.
Yeah, and she's Christian. So,
I remember dragging me to the Bronx down into down a basement, and you had this guy all dressed up funny and pray for my daughter. And I'm like, what do you want to pray for me for?
Do nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong. Don't pray for me.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very intense if you go into one of those seances. It's really
Yeah.
pretty creepy.
Look, as soon as you said seance, I thought about the movie Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Will be. That's what I always describe the clairaudience as. I always use that reference to that movie when they were all in the room and they were like bugging her all at once.
Right.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, you've seen me like that, yeah.
Yes,
Where I'm
all
like,
right, one at a time.
come on, because it gives me a headache. You know,
When
like
I think about that, I'm thinking either Rose Red or the others.
oh, that was so good.
Mhm.
That was so good.
The
The
Others?
others. They had no
Yeah.
idea they were dead.
Was that with Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
I see. That was on like 2 weeks ago, I think.
She didn't know she
Like
was
at
dead.
the end.
Yeah,
she was
none
there
of
with
them
her
did
kids.
except for the
The
housekeepers.
others.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the old
They were
lady
all dead.
housekeeper. Yeah. I
Well, there's
remember
a
that.
real new. There's a
all the
creepy.
staff.
We got a creepy one coming out. A really creepy movie coming out. It's
Oh, yeah.
about. I'll try and remember the name of it, but it's about when the pastors and the priests and all, they all do exorcisms in the church, which is actually the proper way to do an exorcism inside the church. This movie was about when they release the demons. That they said that in this church they were staying in the church instead of in the person. So they were it's
That's a nice one.
Woo! Look at Wade's face. He's like, "Cat, stop it! Shut up!"
Are we going
It's
to the
very
movies this time to watch it?
I don't know if it's in the theaters or not, but I'll be over with my pajamas and some
Okay,
popcorn.
yeah.
So
We could watch it here.
we always take another girlfriend because we don't fear that easily. And she does this.
Meanwhile, I'm in the parking lot. I got
Creeping
far
up on
behind.
us.
I creep up from cars to cars and I jump out. Wah!
Look, when Carrie came out, we seen it in the drive-in. Well, we weren't in the drive-in. We were outside the drive-in watching it anyway. And you know at the end where she goes. Look, the guy in front of me knew what was going to happen. The driver didn't know, so I seen him go. And look, soon as he went to grab this guy, I grabbed him, and he screamed like a little girl.
Oh.
He wasn't ready for that.
you
I
caught
did
him.
that to my sister. We finished watching it in the movie theater. I go underneath the bed. I wait for her to go to bed.
Oh, come on, you did not.
I did. I'm
She
so
goes
evil
out of
with
her
my
way
daughter. I'm
to
so
do shit
evil.
like that to people. Like
I
she-
grabbed her
She's
leg.
introducing people into the paranormal.
That's all.
Like, she's always teasing her sister. Now. She's
My poor sister.
As you can tell, we love to have some fun.
Yes.
Them,
A lot of
his
fun.
team, the guys. I mean, the pranks. When we're not investigating, like on the trip there during the setup, they are relentless with each other. Like it is hilarious. It is. They're always trying to one up each other. It's just.
I love watching
doesn't
pranks.
stop.
I love watching pranks online. Like,
Oh, I
you
love
ever see the
that.
ones where they're in the elevator and they put a casket in there? And it's like in Brazil or something because they're speaking Spanish. And they put a casket in, these two ladies, and it's like they go back to get the flowers and the door closes. So now they're in there with this casket that's standing up against the wall, and they're really paranoid. And all of a sudden the casket opens and an old man falls out.
No,
and
I
look,
see that. Oh my
the-
God, they
the
did it in the street. Yeah.
Spanish people, they lose their minds. Lost it.
Yeah.
Like screaming.
What I like are the ones with the elevators where the lights flicker and it's just
That little-
them by themselves. The lights flicker and the lights go off, which I just saw a flickering light.
Yeah.
It just,
Well,
It's her
now
fault.
I actually have a
Okay.
real elevator story now. Since Kentucky, I have a real elevator story. Something that this is.
Oh,
my God,
yeah.
this
They
really
have
happened.
elevators in Kentucky?
Okay, so when we got to Kentucky, the elevator started to fail. What happened?
can hardly hear you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Say better?
Okay.
Can you hear us now, Courtney?
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney.
I think it has to do something with the microphone placement.
When we got to Kentucky,
Cat's like,
feels inappropriate. How close does this thing have to be?
that's
Well.
cool.
He's the one that did it first.
I'm sorry. I told you. When we got to Kentucky, this is the God's honest truth. We were told we were there for Waverly, and Bart from Bat Paranormal called us, and he said, "Listen, this hotel that I frequent, due to his job, he said it's really really haunted, and that's what I'm doing the documentary on right now." He said, "There's a big problem here. People are checking out. The maids they were terrified of certain moves, right?" And Frank even interviewed them, Frank from his team. And what had happened was the elevators started to the elevator started to go on the fritz, and when I was there, I got there before anyone. So I asked the guy, I'm like, "What's going on with the elevator?" He's like, "I don't know. We're gonna get the repair guys." And I could tell you, it felt weird over there. Something wasn't right. And he goes, "Well, the only room I have on because I didn't want to be on the first floor." I said, he said, "The only room I have on the second floor is next to that elevator, and nobody wants it because it's broken right now. It's making noise." I'm like, "I don't give a shit." I'm like, "I'll take the room." Long story short, just to give you the full synopsis. First of all,
We got all day. You could tell a
I
long
got
story.
into this elevator. You ready for this? I got into this elevator because I ran out of coffee packets. I said this a while back. I get in there. This guy comes in with me.
It's all the way up.
Oh, you still can't hear it?
Speaking to the mic.
Can you hear me now, Courtney? Can you hear me now?
Courtney, can you hear me? Courtney, can you hear
Did
me?
you hear it now? Can you hear me? She's finding out.
So anyway, finish your story.
Okay, so I get into the elevator. There's a guy comes in with me. So the elevator, we're still allowed to use it. It works. We get down to the bottom, and it doesn't open. Okay? The elevator will not open. So I start pushing, like, the open, I start pushing the manual button, to open it.
There, huh?
What's that?
I wish
I'm
I was
sorry.
in that elevator.
Good.
Oh, my God. So I start pushing the manual button, and it still won't open.
She hears it now.
Huh?
She said I heard her now.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I'm over here.
No, go ahead. No,
Keep
we
going.
can hear you.
What?
That was you.
Oh, that was.
You can hear that?
Now you can hear
All right, let's clarify. We can hear Kat, right?
Okay, so I get down. I try to push the manual button to open the elevator. It won't open. And the guy looks at me, and I don't realize I have a Trinity shirt on. Trinity Paranormal. It says Trinity Paranormal. And he's looking at me now. We're stuck in the elevator together. I don't know this dude. And I finally look over, and I go, I joke with him. I'm like, I think it's a paranormal thing. And I laugh, like I'm trying to. I don't understand that regular people are.
Petrified.
And to me, I'm just being funny. It's something like I would say that to Jeremy,
Right,
like,
yeah.
oh, you. And I just yell, and I'm like, listen, enough. And I look at the elevator, and the doors are open.
The
This
look on
guy-
that guy's face.
This guy jetted out of there, okay? I go get my coffee packet, and there he was again, standing there with the eggs. And I see him, and I go to hold open for him. He looks at me. He will not get in the elevator. He waved at me. I was like, sorry. I went back up. Long story short, when we left there, because those elevators got worse and worse, the elevator repairman did come and look at it, and it started functioning normally. They said there's nothing wrong with it. I did get that feedback from Bart.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there, but
So we're gonna put you in an elevator.
Honey, I'm down with anything.
it's
And
yeah,
unlike Kat, I'm down with anything.
whatever. At this age, you just say whatever. You can ask whatever.
So wait till you get to be my age.
Yeah, well, it starts now. You just whatever. So what else do you have? Though you have
We have a round table. That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, go ahead.
Round table. So Jeremy's got a round table.
Okay, so this round table, it's actually an idea that kind of sparked between what Robert Murphy and I were talking about. Because we had talked about getting like one member from different teams and just kind of talking. And
Do a Zoom meeting.
who's
Zoom.
Oh.
Do a Zoom meeting.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. Zoom meeting. So we talked about it, and then it just kind of tampered off. And then I was talking to another person, John Griffin. He's from UNI Research, upstate, and I was actually with him and his team this past weekend at Wildwood. They invited me to come out, and that's another team that people really need to check out because they are primarily a research team. So they're always testing different things out. In fact, they tested out an experiment that I recommended to him and got fantastic results from it, which, you know.
Yes, I was waiting for you to touch on that. We are getting a dog whistle.
A dog whistle.
You have to explain to them why, though.
I'll explain. Yeah. I'll explain that one a little bit later on.
Okay.
So I was talking to John, and I was telling him about this idea that I had about having this round table that Robert and I were talking about, because the field, in a lot of our opinions, has become kind of stale, stagnant a little bit, and we wanted to try to do something to revitalize it.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and this whole time over the past year, it doesn't appear that, well, actually I don't. I don't socialize very much, but I do talk to specific people, and what I'm actually doing is I'm scouring the field, trying to pick the best minds, the brightest ideas and everything. And when it comes to finally putting this thing together, I'm asking these people, hey, would you like to be a part of this round table? This is going to be something new, something fresh. And her and Chris are part of that. So what it is that it's going to be something called the Global Paranormal Society, and it's going to be a new way of thinking, a new way of investigating. But we're trying to figure out a way that is going to push the field to another level so that it's going to be more accepted, mainstream. But at the same time, it's going to really get us results in terms of, one, is this place really, truly paranormal? Because a lot of teams out there, they really rush into thinking, yeah, it's paranormal. We got screams, we got pictures. Well, you really need to put these things through the woodwork to determine whether if it really is paranormal or not. In fact, I just did a test on our worldwide page Thursday night. Somebody had shown me a picture of what appeared to be a shadow figure down a hall at Ashmore Estates over in Illinois. And something about the whole picture didn't quite look right because the outer edges of it was crystal clear. The middle of it was really blurry. And it was me, Stephen Woodard. He's part of Ghost Tech out of New Mexico. Yeah. And then we had, who else did we have? We had Sonia out of Florida. She's also a part of the crew. And Megan. All a part of Ghost Tech. And we were going through this, trying to figure out what this shadow figure is. Why is it creating different shadows here and there? And I'm looking at it. I was able to blow up the picture. I mean, really blow it up. Whereas they only had their phone, so you can only blow it up so much. But I was on my computer. I can take a spot this big and go that far. And I was looking at it, and if the shadow figure, it was a straight line down on the one side, which made no sense to me at all. And on the other side of that straight line was a staircase going up. Okay, there's got to be some correlation there. So I was able to go and find a picture. You know, one of my guys had been to Ashmore Estates earlier this summer, and I found a picture of that same hallway, not the same angle, but the same hallway, and was able to do a side-by-side and was able to debunk pretty much everything that was in that picture. The shadow figure in that picture, there was also a light anomaly that looked like it was coming right out of the wall, going up and going across the ceiling. That turned out to be a piece of wire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was just a single wire, but on the first picture, there were two of them. Looked like it was in motion. I mean, it's convincing. And the shadow figure was actually the darkness of a stairwell going downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't put still photos up, because they just there's too many question marks on them. You know, somebody could be standing, right? Somebody could be standing far away, and then the shadow could be all the way down the hallway. That's you standing there, you know. I mean, I have seen some though that are like.
Hmm.
I have one from a friend in Kings Park where I'm like, that's it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
light
I'll send you it.
refraction.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people out there are so quick to saying this is paranormal. No, it's not. There is an explanation. There are very few things that really are paranormal in nature. I would like to say maybe about 10-15% of everything that we do, every place that we go to really is paranormal. Whereas most everything else, if you know how to do it right, you can actually debunk it and explain what really caused these instances. But the Global Paranormal Society, we're going to be looking at everything from a different angle and try to use it as educational purposes and informational purposes and roll it out into the field. And there's right now we have, it's either 11 or 12 teams that are involved in this thing, but each one of us have a vast reach where we can reach out to 20 other teams.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the purpose of this. We're not looking to change the field, but we're looking to make it better. Yeah.
To put it more in focus with the,
Yeah.
with the real people.
Put more focus on education, because a lot of people, especially with new investigators, they come in, they don't really have the information that they need to be able to have a real investigation. Like Courtney, she's brand new to this
She
thing.
did it right though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did it
She's
right.
brand new and she's doing it right. She's actually got notebooks where she's writing down all kinds of information. She's doing everything she can to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and
she
I
started
love seeing
small.
that.
She started small. She didn't get, oh, let me go to the most
Yeah.
famous place. Or she's like, let me just. She went where we were last night. That was her first investigation. It's wide open. It's got people around. And
Yeah.
I said, make sure this is for you. That's why she could have went to the Hinsdale house.
Right.
But
I
she did
remember
not
that.
want to make that her first investigation, because you got to remember, we're 6.5 hours away. We're in the middle of, bum such and such nowhere. And you can't get out of there once you're in there. And that place,
Either
that is
inside or
very
outside
active.
is very haunted.
you
So
can
even
hear
if-
voices. There's knocking. That's where she got her bruises. So did you really want that to be? And
You're
I
first.
can't. I'm not going to say that happens when every team goes there and all the time, because the reputation of that place is those spirits can come and go. It's like on a ley land, so they can come and go. But when it's active, that's not a good spot for you first. In my opinion, I think you need to get a little more experience in places with escape routes until you. What would we do if,
If something were to happen.
We're stuck in the middle of
Right.
we can't leave her in the car,
You can't
No.
do that, we
which
don't
is
wanna
even
do-
worse.
We've actually had
Which
something
is
like that
worse.
happen on one of our cases. But yeah, the way that Courtney's doing it, in my opinion, she's doing it exactly the right way.
That's
She's
my girl.
You go, Courtney.
She is
We
getting
love our Courtney.
informed of different things and making sure that everything is right for her before she actually dives into big locations. But some of the members, and I know I'm going to forget a couple, but some of the members that are going to be a part of this thing, we're all spread out. So we got myself from Indiana, we got Robert Murphy from Elite Paranormal Society in Maryland, her and Chris from right here. We've also have John Griffin, UNI Research from upstate New York. I don't know exactly what, it's in the capital area. We also have overseas people. We got Mary Williamson from the Netherlands. She is actually the European liaison for the Things Network. So she's handling all of the teams in Europe for me. Bringing in teams, recommending teams, and say, hey, I think this team here would be the right fit for the network. We got Jenny Sullivan Sunyansi from Ireland. She's all gung-ho about this. In fact, we were using what we were talking about on the first meeting to practice something on one of her cases, which was something really unusual and unique. And I'll touch on. Yeah, she liked that. Again, dog whistle experiment, but with a twist. And then we also have Brent and Emma from England that are also going to be a part of this. Angela Mitchell from Louisiana. I know I'm forgetting somebody. There's like 11, 12 teams. Anybody who's watching this that is a part of this and I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry.
He's been driving and driving and driving.
Yeah. It's been a long weekend.
I was going to ask you something before you guys came here today, but when you said spirits, it reminded me. My friend Bjorn does ayahuasca ceremonies, and I thought it would be cool if you guys went to one of those to see what kind of, because he says you could see spirits when you're on this stuff. You could see spirits coming out of people. They talk to you, and I thought.
Do they take something like peyote?
Oh, yeah.
Peyote? Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
ayahuasca.
Can I touch on that a little bit?
Sure.
Believe it or not, I do study the. I have, and that's something I probably never mentioned to you, but I do, and I have been looking into that. There are a lot of cultures that take psychedelics for spiritual reasons. The Warrens, who are they're like my heart. I love the Warrens. I absolutely love Lorraine and Ed Warren. And I wish I had it with me. I didn't know you were going to bring that up. But they actually said that people, and then, of course, there's the psychedelic world. A lot of people like psychedelics. We know plenty of them.
I know.
That a lot of them, that they talk about, seeing things and such, and they love it. And they say that the people who take that are reaching a level that people with, like, what I have and what a lot of people have walk around like, to some level, not at the same level, but that's kind of like what it's like. They're reaching. They do believe that you kind of do reach the spirit world. Even the Warrens said it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can.
But they they didn't condone. They didn't say to go tripping out, for 3 days or anything like that.
I've done ayahuasca. It's not like an acid trip where the guitars will melt off the wall. It's more. It actually feels like more of an awareness.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's almost like you can feel the trees breathe. It's intense.
So that's how I know
I didn't see any spirits.
That's how empaths, mediums, people who clairaudient. That's kind of like areas of where they walk around normally. So that's what the Warrens were saying. Yeah, I do look into that because I know it's not all about just going to dead shows and
No.
which we've all done in the past.
Look, when you said Peru before, I thought you were going to talk about Peru, because he went from here, learned about it, and went to Peru.
Wow.
To become a shaman. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll send you his name, and you can send him a friend
I
request.
might know him because we're connected.
Yeah,
to
he's a biker too.
with
So.
I
We probably
do.
all know.
You know
I
Bjorn
who you're talking
Lieneman?
about,
The Viking.
Penagos, his last name.
Lieneman.
See, what we did was we have some connections to people of other faiths because if we try to help somebody with their house and such, we always recommend clergy, but we do what we can when we're there. We'll pray it out. But, we always have that, thought in the back of our head. What if this family isn't Christian and they want our help? And we just did a whole investigation at their house. Sorry, Jeremy. What if but that's important though.
No, it's
what
very
if he's
important.
not, what if we just did a full investigation on this house? We have the evidence sitting there for you. They're asking our advice. What do you think? 90% of the time when the family's terrified, we do think something should be done to try and help them out, one way or another. We know how we do it, but let's say the girl says, well, I come from a pagan background. I have to let you know, I have a hookup for you. I'm shaman. I'm Native American. We have somebody in that field. And then we have different sects of clergy. We do have those calls. So I would love to meet him because sometimes it stops there for us after the investigation. What if they're not at the same practice as us? We're going to do it the Christian way. We don't, we don't apologize for, our faith, but we don't want you to apologize for yours either, we're fair.
I'll
We don't-
send you Bjorn's name and number.
Yeah, we probably know him.
They
I'll
call him
bet
the
you.
Viking. He's got really long hair.
What does he ride? That's how I know people
Um,
by the bike.
He has a night train.
I know by what they
A
drink.
night train.
That too. He
Yes.
looks familiar. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen him before.
He's been in the community so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just stop by and see us anytime, or you can. Yeah. Yeah, you. Well, if you know,
I'll send you his info.
we do have cases where that's what they want.
But I'm saying, yeah, I think it would be a good idea if you guys went there while he's having a ceremony. You know,
I would
even if
entertain
you
that.
didn't participate.
Engage. Yeah,
I
yeah,
won't
that's
engage,
fine.
but I would love to
Yeah.
just go and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he said things like
I've been to
he
powwows.
was having a conversation with a girl in one of his trances or whatever, and his girlfriend got mad, and she wasn't even in it. I guess she had the same thing going on.
Oh, so okay. Like a telepathic thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they claim. They claim that they can do astral projection, and I've heard a lot of that. Astral
Yeah.
projection.
I would love to do astral projection.
Well, the Native Americans
Yes.
are very big with that.
I could have so much fun
My
doing
head
something
be
like that.
I heard an interview with Ozzy Osbourne a long time ago. He said, "Yeah, I had an out of body experience one time. It was like I was in a room and I was looking across the room and I could see myself. And it took him like 4 hours to realize he was tripping his brains out. And
Oh
across the
my
room,
God, how
across the
funny.
room was a mirror.
Oh my
no.
God! Oh, Ozzy, I loved. That was my first crush.
Really?
Ozzy?
Mine too.
Yeah,
No.
Ozzy. Oh my
OMG.
God! Yes. No, we're so polar opposites.
Oh, definitely.
She's like Cat.
She's like, "Cat, my God, he's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
He
Look
ate
at
a
him.
bat."
You know.
And look, if coronavirus really was from a bat, don't you think Ozzy would have got it?
That's true too.
He ate a bat.
And
Ding,
da-da.
ding, ding, ding. Drop the mic. No.
Never thought of that.
I'm gonna leave that there.
All
And
right.
speaking of music, you write music, right? You write lyrics.
I write lyrics. I don't write music. I don't know how to write them. I don't know how to play any kind of instrument. The only thing that I can really do is just write words, twist them. But as I'm writing lyrics, I've got the music forming in my head.
Yeah.
So there were a good number of the lyrics that I've written. I've got the entire song production in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it as clearly as if it was playing off of a CD.
I do the same thing because when I write, after I write a song, I sing it without music, whatever. I just go in there and I just sing it, and then I give it to my band, and they're like, "Well, here, try this riff on it," or riffs they already have.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be if you're a lyricist and you have the tune in your head and you could at least give them the tune,
Yeah.
they could come up with that tune.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Figure
Yeah.
it out.
But I actually had one of my own lyrics that I've written called "Misleading Myself." I actually had that playing in my head when I was on my way over here.
Really?
I guess I could consider that like my signature song, if that would make any sense, even though almost nobody has heard it. But actually, what I do a cappella albums. I put them out on my website, and I'll fill up an entire. Each album is actually 2 discs. I'll fill up the entire 80-minute space on those discs. The first CD is actually all the stuff that I've written, and the second CD are stuff that other people have written, because I've always loved singing other people's songs.
That's
Hasn't
cool.
Phil worked for you a little bit in the background? Haven't you had collaborated?
Phil actually has a lyric that I wrote back in April, I think, called "Whole World to Save," and I'm glad I forgot about that. I actually wrote that because the coronavirus had just started, and I wanted to write something about it, but not specifically for coronavirus. If I remember right, I wrote it in a way that it could be for any kind of pandemic or war, any crazy thing that's going on. And I sent it to him, and I sent him a vocal of me singing the entire thing. And I was like, don't judge my voice. But this is how the vocal melody goes. And he actually liked it. So last I remember, he was working on it, trying to see if he could do something. Because this particular lyric I could see being like one of those anthems, sort of like how We Are the World and Do They Know It's Christmas or Stars. And I was thinking, okay, we have a lot of metal music activity on Long Island, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
That's where you are.
Yeah. So my idea that I brought to him was, okay, Phil, here's this lyric. See what you can do with it, and see if you can get a whole bunch of bands together and do something with it.
Trust me, getting a whole bunch of bands to do anything is hard.
I'm sure.
It's
I'm sure.
hard.
Especially nowadays.
Oh, nowadays it's crazy because so many venues are shutting down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Can't play
now
live, yeah.
October 1st they're gonna stop live music on Facebook
Why?
That's
because they're
ridiculous.
communists and they want to control
oh
us.
my God.
No,
Unbelievable.
that's a shame.
So
Yeah,
you can't
it's-
go to a concert and you can't listen to music on Facebook.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you know what we should do? We should bring all our instruments to the next protest and just get out there and do some music.
That's
Yeah.
a great
Hey.
idea.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Don't give up because
Absolutely.
look, there's musicians out there, like I have a friend of mine, Dan Nelson. I told him, I said, look, I got this thing in my head, and he said, look, there's people that can, like, if you just sang the song the way you want to sing it, because like when I write, it's in my head and I sing it. But there is musicians out there that can put music to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've written. Oh man, I want to say I've written over 3,000 lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause I'm always writing.
I'm like, I wrote 25 songs during the pandemic. He's like, I got 3,000.
Yeah, well, they're just lyrics. I mean, it doesn't really take long to write them out. 20, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
That's all it is.
Yep.
But I've been writing this stuff since I was 13 years old. I'm 40 now.
That's cool.
But I would love if anybody would want to work with me with my lyrics. Like I said, I can twist things around and make it to where you can't make sense of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a specific meaning behind it for me. But I like to make it universal. Rather, if I have a specific meaning for it, I give it to you, and it may mean something completely different.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Do something
No doubt.
dark and creepy.
I've done some
Wait for the
ghost
creepy
hunting Halloween type lyrics as well. Well, you seen the one, Ghost Hunter.
stuff. Did I see that one?
Yeah, I posted it on the worldwide page a year ago.
Oh, well, I mean,
Kinda-
a year. Yeah, that's
How
gonna.
long
I'm
ago?
gonna have to recap on that. Yeah, a year ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't
Yeah,
remember 5 years
anything
ago.
musical you want to do, just tag me in it or put it on my page.
Yeah. Well, see, I like to write for several different genres. I've written lyrics that would be more suited for country. I've written for pop. I've even written some for the metal.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody ever wants to take a chance and send me a music track and possibly maybe even a vocal melody, la 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 la, send it to me and I'll put lyrics to it.
Cool. You heard that, right, music community?
Yeah. At 3,000.
Get to stepping.
Yeah.
Get to get.
Yeah, and not it's gonna sound like I'm boosting my own ego.
Boost your own ego.
But I've had a lot of people come to me after reading certain lyrics of mine, saying that it has brought tears to their eyes because just reading it meant so much to them, or certain lyrics that I've written, they felt like it was written specifically for them, even though it wasn't exactly. It was written for me,
It's
but
relatable. Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
that's
can
the thing.
relate to it so much. They felt like it was something that they could write.
Yeah, that's like a lot of people say, oh, I love that song because it feels like
Yeah.
I'm part of that.
Right. You feel
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's speaking to you.
Yep.
You know, you
I have a young lady that works for me. That she's a very talented young lady. She's got a beautiful voice.
Cat?
No, Lizzie.
no.
She's a very good singer. I tell you, give her a lyric and she'll. Very talented. She just doesn't know it yet.
He's
Yeah.
looking for the instrumentals. The yeah, that
I'd love
too.
to work with her.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's got a beautiful voice.
Anybody that's want to take a chance on an unknown person, I'm right here. But yeah, my website is jeremyyork.com, and I've got my latest album on there called Storm Chaser, and a lot of people seem to like it so far, at least those who have actually seen it.
That's cool.
And it was I put out almost 40 of them already. So I've been doing this for over 10 years.
Wow.
Definitely got to share some on my page.
Yeah.
I'll share it. I'll definitely share it.
Cool.
Yeah, and also speaking of music, I really want to touch on this one here. We Are the World.
Oh God.
This lady right here was a part of that.
Oh my God.
Were ya?
Yeah. No, only for him, yeah. You know me. I listen to the seediest. You know, my bands would make you question me. You know, I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
She
So,
puts it on the jukebox.
My
when she's
lyrics
working,
make
we all
everybody
love-
question me.
I'm like, I hope he doesn't say "We Are the World." I hope he doesn't. What song is it, Jeremy? We Are the World. I was like, shit. I was like, I mean, my lyrics, you know, she knows how weird I am, you know.
When I walk in, when I'm in the kitchen and I hear, like, that's Katrina working.
I
Some
told you, but
hillbilly
you-
stuff that she puts
No,
on.
it's psychobilly.
That's
It's more
cool.
like psychobilly, yeah. I mean, if you go see that stuff, if you go over to Brooklyn and see these guys, you know, you're gonna hit the mosh pit. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's not regular. Well, I like the regular too. Yeah, I like the mountain music too. But
Teresa said hi, by the way.
hi, hi, Teresa.
But yeah, but for this musical project, I really wanted to have some representation from Trinity.
Yeah, yeah, I did so good. I'm like, Jeremy, do not put me on video. He's like, no, it's just.
Oops.
Can you mute me or something? It's so bad.
So basically what it was, it's coronavirus again had just started, and I was actually talking to another member of my team, Misty Pearl. She's actually
That's a cool name.
She's a cool girl.
That's
Yeah.
a rock star name.
She's actually
it
part
is.
of one of our groups.
She is a rock star.
Yeah.
And she's actually the Things Network manager, so she handles everything. And she's got a reach far beyond my understanding.
Yeah.
But she actually came to me with an idea of something that Jimmy Fallon had done. It was right after they started doing the quarantine, and Jimmy Fallon had done something that looked like a Brady Bunch montage, where you had the 9 screens on here. What they did is that he took himself and the band that plays for his show. They each had their own little screen, and they played some song with him in the middle screen singing it. I don't remember.
There's a lot of bands that are doing that now.
Yeah.
I think damn, who was it? I don't remember offhand who it was, but I seen something like, I think it was Metallica.
Okay.
They did a song where this guy's at his house, this guy's at his house, this guy's at his mansions.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they all
Mansion.
did it at the same
Yeah.
time. So I took that concept and took it to a different level, and got to thinking, okay, what can we do with this? And I was thinking, okay, coronavirus, we need something that's uplifting, something that's gonna make people happy. So I picked We Are the World, and I had sent messages out to a lot of different people. Most of them participated in the project, and what it was is that each person had one line, and they sung the song a cappella. I told them no music, no nothing. If you need headphones so that you can be able to stay in line with it, stay in sync, go for it. But I don't want any music at all. and they all sent me these videos, and I pieced them together and put the instrumental track over it, and whatever parts that did not have a singer, I had a group logo. Like Trinity had his logo, Thanes had his logo. I put the network logo on there, and just about every team logo that I could. And the way that it ended up being put together, it still gives me chills seeing how it goes. And it went over so well that I had a lot of people asking me about a second video, which at the time I wasn't even considering a second video until now. Now we are doing a Halloween song, Ghostbusters.
That's cool.
You
That'd
have
be awesome.
Martha, stop laughing.
Why?
Why, you got a story?
Tell them?
I
Are you
know.
gonna tell them?
Uh-oh, story time.
Oh my God, I can't. This is coming from somewhere else. It really is.
It really
It's
is.
gotta
That
be.
song comes on once in a while when Katrina and I are in the bar.
Okay.
We had someone that passed away. His
Lifelong
name was
friend.
Robert Leckie.
Since I'm 3.
Every time he walked into the bar, he would put the music on. Ghostbusters.
To tease me.
Just a tease.
Torture. He tortured
He would
my
torture.
life. He tortured my life, and he'd play it, and then he got the whole bar singing it.
Yes. The whole bar sings it. It's
Well,
hysterical.
think about how hard is it to sing Ghostbusters?
No, he was teasing me. He was like, "Oh, Ghostbusters is here." I was like, and, of course, I would just flip everybody the bird and go on. Like it was, he did it relentlessly. Like it was relentless. So now when she's cleaning up, out of nowhere on her jukebox, that damn song pops up. It's
And he's gone. He
he's
passed
gone.
away.
He passed away. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
when
car
when
accident.
the coronavirus was in full bloom, like 35, 40 local musicians around here did wear stars, and they dedicated it to the essential workers and those on the
that's
front lines and stuff.
That's really nice.
That's an awesome song, Stars.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love the concept of it.
Yes.
You know, when I first got into the radio, I said, you know what? I heard one of the other radio stations played the national anthem, so I said, you know what? We should get all the guitarists from Long Island to do a rendition of that, put it all on a CD, like send them to military families and military personnel overseas. You know, so they could one person did it. But you've probably seen me share it all the time because his name is
Yeah.
Kaz, and look, he rocked it. He rocked it.
Oh, did he really?
But look,
I'd love to see that.
I wanted to do something like that a long time ago, but it's hard to get them to do anything.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing Ghostbusters for Halloween. I actually started assigning the lines last night after I got enough people for it.
Fine.
Come on, Kat. You gotta represent. Do
I
it.
know.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah, we need Trinity on this video.
Cat's gonna go. Who are you gonna call?
Who are you gonna call?
Actually, the only lines that's left is Ghostbusters. That's all you
Oh,
got to say.
good God.
Ghostbusters.
Oh my God! Everybody, they're
That's
gonna be
awesome.
dying at work.
Do it. You gotta
I
do
know.
it.
Yeah.
I already told him I would. I gave him the okay, but this is gonna
I'll
be.
stand behind you. I'll pinch you so you say you scream
No,
out.
you
go
know
for
they're
it.
gonna be
Actually, you guys should have your whole team together doing it.
We could try. It's hard
Yeah.
to get us all in one room.
I know. I know. I found that out myself.
We did it last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did it once.
Yes.
and
Yeah. How many years ago?
When Cat approached me about this, I said, "How many people?
that's all he said.
How many people?
Yeah.
I gotta
So-
get more chairs."
So basically, the purpose of the We Are the World video, there were two purposes of it. One, to be uplifting and send out a positive message to the rest of the world, and two, to promote para-unity, which is something that I am all about. Para-unity, not only just bringing teams together and doing investigations together, but also bringing them together like the Global Paranormal Society, coming up with ideas, testing them out, doing the research, and then rolling it out to other teams. Hey, we've tested this out. It's worked for us. Try it. See how it does for you.
Yeah, collaborating and all that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed when you were talking about the pictures blowing up? I see a lot of people doing that when they want to show a capture, they blow it up. But what happens is the pixelation in the pictures.
It gets really bad.
And now what you're seeing is, and so I had put up a post not that long, probably a couple of months ago. I was falling asleep watching Netflix. Oh, I'm sorry. I was falling asleep watching Netflix, and I looked down at I had like a leopard skin, not leopard, a leopard pattern sheet. And I said,
knew it.
Yeah, I said, no, but not all the time. Sometimes I have a plain one way. So, but I was looking at it, and I'm like, I'm going to prove a point right now. So I started staring at it. And I'm like, I'm going to find a face in this pattern. I'm going to find a face in it. And then
And I'm sure you did.
Oh, she
did.
sure did.
I sure did. And I put, this is how pareidolia happened. Pareidolia? Pareidolia.
Pareidolia or matrixin.
Pareidolia. This I didn't get that fancy. I just
No,
this
she
is
said pareidolia.
I said pareidolia. I said this is how pareidolia happens, because I had noticed that I tried that with the phone, and I'm like, there's a lot of pixelation in here. I could sit here and find face after face after face in this pixelation. It's crap.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that too blatantly? It's crap. It's just you can go to the what is that? What are those not the powwow. With your native,
She's going
the ceremony with your Native American friend.
Yeah.
What's it called? I'm forgetting what you said. That you said we should go to with your.
Oh, the
Native-
ayahuasca ceremony.
You can go to an ayahuasca ceremony and look at the grass and find all sorts of shapes. Rabbits,
Yeah, no doubt.
rabbits,
Yeah.
No
whatever. You know, just watch Alice in Wonderland right after
Yeah.
that. And and you'll see all sorts of things. So.
Yeah, that's another thing that when I was talking about earlier, how people rush real quick to say it's paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing about education. You gotta educate yourself on how to really look at pictures, because, like what she was saying, if you do blow it up, if you don't really know what you're doing, then you're going to be seeing designs everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I was guilty in the beginning. I would be like, whoa,
We all were.
whoa. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Whoa, look at that. That's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah. There's an angel in my coffee shape.
I'm the opposite, because I go into things like, this is crap. I don't believe in this. You know what I mean?
The documentary I just did, I threw out more than that's in there. I just threw it out. Garbage. When in doubt, throw it out. And some of it sounded like something, but I'm like, nah, I'm not. If I have to listen to it 10 times, it's going. So you just want to make sure that what you put out is valid. And believe me, we know when we're there. But we can't prove that to you. We know when we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know. Like, there's no doubt Hinsdale was ridiculous.
We know.
Ridiculous. There's no doubt when I was sitting with Frank Smith, his teammate at that hotel, that I did not, no doubt I could feel something all around me. But if I sit here, I could tell you that till my face turns blue. I got to put the evidence out there, Nobody wants to hear campfire stories. In the paranormal, they're fun.
I hate campfire stories.
I like them, but not for evidence. That's not evidence. That's just
Two of the scariest things that have happened in my life was at a church Halloween party and a Boy Scout camp.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
you had like a paranormal thing?
No, it was telling ghost stories.
Oh.
In a Boy Scout camp in Bating Hollow, they were telling ghost stories, and there was a green tablecloth with a helmet in the middle. Except there was a hole in the middle of the table, and there was somebody with the helmet on. And as they're telling this ghost story, they just stood up and screamed. And yeah, bye.
That's
right
so
up
mean.
your alley.
I would love that, though.
Yeah.
This one, watch out. If she says she's going to the bathroom during ghost stories, watch out. She's not in the bathroom.
I'll be back.
She's right behind you. She'll make the footsteps.
They're
sound.
here.
So listen, why doesn't everybody tell us where you could find you guys? I mean, you have a website, right?
Yeah, our group website is thingsghostsociety.com, and it is just chock full of information, not only of some of our procedures and our rules, but we also got information about all of the members of the team as well. And we are 21 or 22 members strong.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's not that we are all concentrated in one city. We are spread throughout Indiana. It's if you go from the northernmost person and the southernmost person on the team, it's like a good 3.5 hour drive.
Damn.
And we did it that way so that if somebody needs help right away, then most likely we're going to have somebody in the group within that area who can send that person right away.
Cool.
Okay.
And what about you?
Well, everything that we have YouTube, it's Trinity Paranormal Investigations of Long Island. That's how you find it. Same thing with Facebook. I have my own little TikTok, Cat
We got
Trinity.
the little TikTok.
I got Cat Trinity. That's where I do like the one-hit wonders. I don't have, because you have a time limit on that. So I just do like these little one-hit wonders. But it's all, there's no, selfies or anything like that. It's just all paranormal one-hit wonders on there.
That's cool.
Yeah, Cat Trinity. I'm Cat Trinity.
Cat Trinity.
But it's
That
it's
actually
all that,
rolls.
and
It does.
our
Cat Trinity.
team.
Yes.
I'm different. Everybody runs their team differently. I like to keep it small. I have this concept: more people, more problems. And I'm sorry.
I hear ya.
Yeah, I really
definitely
do.
hear
I
you.
really do. More people, more problems. My team has a vibe that is just amazing. We vibe well. We could yell at each other and then go eat. Like we're like a little family. So I don't want to ruin that.
Understandable.
Yeah, that's why, and remember, we can, our location is Long Island, so we do already have the locations in Suffolk County and Nassau County. We can get anywhere here. There's nowhere we can go to Montauk. We can
go anywhere.
Anywhere. We've already done it. We were in Lake Grove for how long?
Yeah.
But we had a big case there. That one was huge. There was a missing body.
Right.
Yeah, and it was found. It was missing since 1961. So, and they found it.
I miss my 1961 body too. Now I'm like 10 times as big.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it. We are right now inquiring because the audio is becoming. I've actually been doing 12-hour nights, just going through it. It's because we are inquiring I already found somebody. We're gonna interview somebody for audio video review. But I think before I do that, I'm going to show him. I want to finish the documentary first to see if he's interested in that or he's going to think we're crazy. Because we go in, we go in.
Takes a special kind of person.
Yeah, we don't just pop one little hit up and all right, let's move on to the next case. I mean, we go in just like you were saying, it's a full case. Like we want all the answers. Once we find the evidence, now we're digging for the history. Now okay, somebody said help me. That's all you got to say to me. Now it's an open case. That's all I have to hear is help me. And that's what happened to Kings Park. That's why we're on our 8th visit in the same spot at Mount Misery. Would you know what we came up with? We kept getting the captures of 2 different girls' names. 2 different girls' names. There's a Sarah and there's a Catherine. I can't say much more yet because we're looking to contact the families. They're real girls. There were real murders there.
Wow.
One was only in 2012. So we're looking into it. And that came from paranormal captures.
Wow.
I was there one day and I said, there's a female. And Chris and I were alone. We were there and he's like, did you overdose? Were you arrested? This and that. And I said, were you murdered? And boom, everything just lit up. And then
I think
she's
I
been
remember
there.
something like that.
Yeah,
I think I remember something like that.
We're on our 8th visit there. We have been digging and digging and digging. So exactly what you were talking about. That's what we do. We even said it. You'll hear us on the live saying we'll never stop coming here until we find out why you're still here. What is the injustice here? What do we not? What's missing from this case? So
What's your story?
Yeah, and she's been involved with it. Misty Pearl has a little bit of involvement with that now. She's got a lot of info on that. Tim knows a lot. Tim was there. His right-hand man was there. He was with us for like.
Yeah, he was the one that was here 2 months ago.
Yeah, he came for the 9th visit.
So I want to throw this out there as well when talking about inquiring, bringing people in, is that if there's any teams out there in the United States or even out other countries, the Things Network is looking for more teams to represent specific states. And we got a bunch of states that are open. We're looking for teams that are looking to help families, that don't rush into paranormal explanations right away, that they really go through their evidence hard to determine whether if it actually is paranormal in nature or if there are logical explanations for it. And also teams that want to work with other teams, because the network is all about para-unity, and that's what I stand for. And I need teams that are willing to work with other teams, that want to work with other teams and actually practice it, like us here.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
always working
That's-
with
look,
Beyond the Grave.
That's the
we
way
love
to
that.
do it, man. Is spread the word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then the
we-
words get spread back to you.
Right.
we got a team upstate. They're like family to us, Beyond the Grave, and they're amazing investigators. And we've worked with them many times. We'll be working with them again.
Cool.
Yeah. So I know. Wade wants to cut this short. He's like, he looks like he's tired. But so so that's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to see Wade again and say hi to Long Island. We love you.
Hi, Long Island.
We love you.
And thank you for having us here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, thanks, Wade.
Thank
It's
you,
always
Wade.
fun. Let me know next time you're. Well, I don't know. You can't play right now, right?
I can play.
Wh-
But look, I can interview you guys anytime. It's
Okay.
just music. You know what I mean? It's just live music. They're gonna shut down.
That is so ridiculous.
Yeah, especially in this day and age.
Get
You know,
on
where
YouTube.
well, to go live on YouTube, you have to have like 1,000 subscribers or something.
We can help you with that.
We'll help you.
Cool.
We'll get that done.
But
yeah.
there's other outlets. There's like Live Me. There's Periscope.
What about Instagram? Can you go on Instagram?
I'm not sure. I think you might be able to go live on Instagram. I'm
TikTok.
not sure. TikTok.
Get yourself a TikTok account. I don't know how long they go there. They're like really short stints.
Hmm.
You might be able to get a song in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
just
get a full-
speed
you
up
can
the
get a
song.
in.
Yeah, no, but TikTok will take it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's big.
I'm
too now.
fine doing what I do. I record my videos and I put them on Instagram and Facebook. If Facebook don't want them, we'll do them on Instagram.
I don't get it.
Also on Facebook, they can find my group page called Trinity Paranormal Worldwide. We are almost 5,000 members strong on that one.
That's
Cool.
a fun page.
Yeah.
That's the fun one. That's where everybody's like, you know, I mean, it's got good evidence and everything, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of family involved with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of family involvement in there, and it is also where I like to do my educational type things, like what I did Thursday night when I was testing out. Here's this picture. This is not a what do you see? This is a please explain this to me. And then I came in later on that night and had another picture, what I was talking about with that shadow figure down the hall. I'd like to do informational type things on that.
Yeah, it's real nice when you can explain it.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. I don't know how this. Did you tell them what happened with my radio last night? What the hell is that?
Okay, so we
It made
got
no sense.
we got done with where we were at. She had just turned the car on. She does not have the radio on. Then all of a sudden we get this little voice saying radio power off or something like that.
Well, the radio went on. The song went on.
Yeah, that's right. It
I
came
just
on
think Kat's
after.
Car is haunted.
We just
Cat's
left
haunted.
an investigation.
She's haunted.
And I can't, man. I can't. I'm like, I'm sitting there showing them. I'm like, look, guys, I want you to know. No, I was like, look. You have to, my car, I don't have a 2020, okay? You have to push the button with your finger, you know, like push a button, old school. Or the radio.
Roll down the windows.
I get in the car, and, you know, one of my songs comes on, your favorite music, you know, one of my songs.
Ghostbusters.
I shut that shit off right away. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? It was just the weirdest thing. It just went on out of nowhere. You have to, thank God you're around me, because, you know, if I just, it sounds crazy, but then you start seeing it, and you're like,
You had to
okay.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have friends telling me that I need to put the tinfoil on my head when I come home.
Listen, I had a few customers at the bar go in my kitchen, and now I'm watching this at home through the cameras, and I'm looking, what are they doing? They take out my aluminum foil, they wrap it around their head, and they
I
like
remember
3 of
that.
them in my kitchen
To be
wrapping.
funny.
They just sit there, and then they're sitting in the bar, with the stupid thing on their head. Like, what is wrong with you people?
Cat's fan club.
That was so funny, though. It was
The
so
Cat
funny.
Maria fan club.
I would have loved to have seen that. You should have taken a picture.
Oh my God, I was furious. What is wrong? What are you doing in my kitchen, first of all?
You
Okay,
know
you might
it's
have been
got the balloon
furious,
for
but
a
hey,
fish.
first let me take a picture of this. Now I'm going to yell at you.
Because she's like, why are you using my tinfoil?
I think I have a picture. I think someone
I'd
told
love
me
to
to
see
send it to me.
But you gotta admit, that was funny. Because they just talk to you like nothing with tinfoil on
But
their
they're
head.
like you're okay.
Ah, yes. We have other things going on besides the paranormal that is also in deals with weirdness, but
Empanadas.
yes, well, she does own a haunted bar. She does. It's
Yes, we do.
yeah, but it's not scary.
It's not as scary,
No.
but there's a lot of activities in my bar. Probably a lot of the people that passed away, past and present, they're still there. Thinks
Yeah.
that they own it. You've had doors slam in my kitchen,
Yeah, I mean every
A
one
nut
of her bartenders
thrown
every one of
across the
them.
room.
Point
I
Break
have it.
Paranormal.
Paranormal.
I have it. That
Yes.
piece. Yeah, they called me. They're like, "Cat, get over here, get over here." I'm like, "What?" Apparently, they were in the kitchen and this metal thing, and it just went slamming into the wall outside the
Shot
kitchen.
across the
into
hole from
hallway.
the kitchen to the hallway, like really like someone literally threw it hard.
I need to check this place out.
Tim was
Yes, you
there.
do.
Tim was there. I have some pieces up from it. I didn't do the whole thing yet, but Ricky was there and got like, he called us. The light, he was getting light responses, and then Tim has
You
evidence.
wanted me to
yeah.
touch up on that whistle.
Yes, that whistle.
Tell him about the whistle. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the whistle?
Okay, so an idea that I had back in February was using a dog whistle on an investigation. And people were looking at me, huh? It's like, okay, let me explain this to you. When we're doing EVP sessions, we don't hear any answers with our own ears. We only capture the answers as we're listening to the playback from the audios. So when we capture EVPs, it's on a frequency that we cannot hear. And I got to thinking, okay, well, what if we can try to interact with spirits using the dog whistle, because it blows out a sound on a frequency, again, that we cannot hear, but like dogs can. Yeah. So I decided to put that to a test, and we were at a jail for 2 nights, the Old Lake County Sheriff's House and Jail in Crown Point, Indiana, which for those who are not familiar with the name of it, is the one that John Dillinger escaped from. And the first night was completely dead. Almost nothing happened. So the next day I got the whistle and put it into use that night, and we had all kinds of crazy crap happening. Yeah, one person got scratched. I actually got poked in the back. It was the first time ever I had gotten touched.
There's some ghost dog going crazy.
Yeah.
You're probably driving
it's
someone
it's
nuts.
the sound. You know,
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
you hear somebody who's clairaudient on his team too, Ricky.
Yes.
And Ricky does the same thing I do. He does the same thing. You know, you'll hear him. He'll be walking down the hall and he'll just say, "Oh, I heard that," and nobody else heard it. And then there it is on the EVP recorder. You'll see it exactly. One time he described it to the T, and you know I do that too. So that's dogs hear better than us.
Mhm.
Dogs can really. Sorry.
She's like,
It's so weird next to my. Yeah.
they don't need the microphone.
No, they can though. They can hear better than us, and like Jeremy was saying, you have to use that at the right time, because it can irritate the spirits also. So you don't want to do that.
It can be, because I was talking to a few different people. One of them was John from U&I Research, and I told him, with the researching that you do, the experiments, take this and try it out. So they did, and they had some amazing results, to the point where they actually have graphs of all of their previous investigations, and they are all pretty much in line with each other. So he took the draft of this particular case where they tried the dog whistle. It broke every single trend. Yeah. When he came back to me, he's like, "This is a game changer." I'm like, "Really?" And when he was showing me all this stuff, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So now I got other teams trying it out. In fact, we just had a really cool experiment with Jenny from Ireland. She decided to try it out as well, and she went on Facebook Live Friday night and invited us into the video thing where we could do the split screen. And one thing led to another. We tried something. It was me, John, and one of his seconds, Robin. All three of us had a whistle. Jenny had her whistle, and we all blew the whistles at the same time. Out of nowhere, she started getting crazy activity on her end, whereas earlier it wasn't doing so much. But after the four of us got together and blew everything at the same time, just the look on her face is like, I can't believe that just happened. And
You should see Wade's face when we talk about stuff that's really creepy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So the dog whistle is something that we are still trialing out and doing some research on that. But several other teams have actually taken our cue to put it into practice, and it seems like some of them are getting some pretty interesting results.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we just tried something too. Jeremy's he's got the brain like that. You got to have that team member that's always thinking, what can we do next? What can we do next? And we were just on case 11, and the claim was that something was knocked off their dresser, like a bunch of stuff was knocked off the dresser, and the dresser moves. So I got a level, a level when you level the floor and stuff, and I put it on top of the dresser, and then I had Chris put the camera, the tripod there, and we walked away. So I haven't gone over that evidence yet. We'll see what if you see that level moving.
Oh yeah, you know something.
Oh, and we baselined. We checked the dresser first. Remember, we
Yes.
were checking to make sure it's not rocky or something's not there. And it was on a carpet, and it's a heavy dresser. That thing doesn't move. So I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. So.
And it's things like that.
Right.
Getting stuff that's built for something outside of the field and bring it in and adapt it to your own purposes. That's really how you're going to push everything forward. Because I'm personally real leery about equipment that is built for the field. Yeah. Because I think I just have that suspicion that it can give us a lot of false positives and that it can be manipulated to make us think that we're getting all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I like
It
to
could be built right into the equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
that's why I grab stuff where I know that it's not going to be biased towards what we do. It's completely neutral, like her level,
Yeah.
the dog whistle.
I was gonna get a baby monitor. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
What about the cat ball?
Oh yeah, I
I call it the cat balls.
cat balls. I left my.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have cat balls.
Uh-oh.
I got
She does. So that's another thing that I'm always. My mind is ever going. It never stops, and sometimes it's to the point where I can't even get to sleep. And that's bad.
yeah.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
So, that I'm always trying to come up with something different. The dog whistle, I wasn't really sure how well it was going to go.
Great idea.
I didn't think it was going to take off the way that it did.
I love it.
I love it.
I love that. I just love
I'm
it.
getting a dog whistle.
Me too. I'm gonna buy one now.
Yeah.
I'll trade tattoo work for a dog whistle. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
Bought her for a dog whistle. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let Wade get some lunch and eat and stuff. And I really appreciate this. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it here. I love it.
No
This is like
sweat.
I do too.
you know?
Thank you so much for
This is like
having
my
us here.
This is like my bat cave.
It's awesome.
It's your man cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So
Very
yeah.
nice.
I guess that's it.
All right. If you watch the video and like it, share it. If you don't like it,
No. We'll just. Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank
you so
you.
much, guys. Love you.